about, I think, a huge opportunity we have as an industry, and really, through the panel discussion, see if we can uncover some of the ways to address this opportunity. So Nokia, or Nokia, as I'm learning better to say it here, is a company that operates in about 150 countries. Last year sold about 480 million devices. My challenge, though, as heading up marketing, is not to sell those devices so much. It's more, how do we get people to do more with those devices? To Jay's point, we have a lot of penetration in Latin America, 60 to 70%, depending on the market that you're operating in. But not everyone is using those devices nearly as richly or as deeply as we at Nokia, or I think as solution developers, would like to see them used. As a very, very broad line statistic, there are 6 billion people in the world. There are 4 billion using a mobile device of any brand. And there are 65 million using Facebook mobile application. Doing the rough line maths, that's 1.6% of the mobile population are accessing Facebook. And in my statistical analysis, that's pretty similar to most applications that people are using in mobile devices. So obviously voice, everyone makes a phone call, but 20 to 30 to 40% use SMS. But when you get into more complex, deeper applications, it's a very, very small percentage. We were doing some maths on the way over here, and Nokia sells about 15 phones every second in the world. So let's multiply that up by market share. We work that to be about, let's call it 50 to make the maths easy. 50 phones are sold by all manufacturers every second in the world. But in that same second, only half a phone is activated on some sort of solution that we would be proud of today. So 49.5 of those phones make phone calls and might send a text. That's really the challenge I see we have as an industry to drive up ARPU, to increase data usage, is to somehow convince 49.5 people to do more with their phone than make phone calls or send SMS messages. And that's a big challenge I think we face as an industry. But people are telling us that they do want to have that sort of access. Other areas that this could apply to could not just be solutions like finding a restaurant or even looking for a nearby ATM, as you can with some map solutions on Ovi, but it could also be for banking as well. So we have over 1 billion people in the world with bank accounts, 4 billion with mobile phones. So 3 billion of those people could be able to access mobile banking on their mobile phone if we gave them the right solutions. An interesting study in that area as well is in India, where we have launched a service called Nokia Life Tools, which is an SMS-driven application that enables farmers to check the price of produce they wish to sell in various villages nearby. That enables them to make the decision, do I go west with my watermelons, which is a real example, or do I go east and perhaps get a 10% premium? So that Indian farmer, that's a mobile solution. It's SMS driven, it's probably arriving on a black and white or a colour screen phone over SMS. But to them, they're willing to pay $1 or $1.50 to the operator per month, 20% more than they would be paying otherwise of their $5 per month they normally spend, to get access to that information when they need to go to the marketplace. So that's a very good example to me of mobile transactions and business transactions, mobile banking transactions that can happen, which should be defined as a mobile solution. So for us, I really believe that we need to, as an industry, and I'd like to talk with yourselves and with the panel tonight about what we can do as an industry beyond spending more marketing money, beyond creating more... sorry?
I do have some just when you finish.
Okay. And more awareness. What is stopping people activating solutions on their devices? We can come to the question. So that's a big topic, and one of the reasons I wanted to work out how to really get those 49.5 people to activate some sort of a solution, be it a mobile farming application, or be it a Shazam or an email application on their mobile smartphone. It's a very important question I think we have as an industry to face. What's good, I think, is that in this region, in Latin America, We have a very young population, roughly 57% are under 30 years old. And this group is very, very ready to use mobile applications. There are affordability issues. Prepaid is a challenge, but we need to have solutions built around prepaid. But if we can do that, then solution uptake will continue to grow. And according to our understanding of the consumers, if we take Mexico as an example, 55% of Mexico identifies themselves as what we call tech stylists, tech leaders, or style leaders. And these are the people who are ready to activate solutions if they can understand them, if they understand where they are in the device, they see value, and they can afford it. They will absolutely activate those services. In Mexico, with our Comes With Music solution, as an example, I know we've got Sept here from Sony, so I have to be careful what I say about the music industry. So we're very happy with that, with over half the consumers activating their Comes With Music service, and millions of tracks are being downloaded by the Mexican consumers. My question is, why aren't the other half activating? Because they're paid for it, it's included in the cost of the device. So what are we not doing right at retail, in our marketing, in our online services, to convince the other half to not go to Seth's Sony Music Store and purchase a CD, but to come to our service? Sorry, Seth, I'll keep using you as an example. Because that's the big challenge for me, is how we convince that other half, the 49.5 people that I mentioned earlier on, every second not activating, all the 50 or so % of Mexicans who are not choosing to activate their service. That's what I'd really like us to talk about tonight. So the potential is absolutely there. The subscriber numbers are going to continue to grow as they have. But now I want to, as an industry, particularly with Nokia, focus on how we get people to do much more deeper and richer interactions with the services and the solutions that we can offer to them in this area. So that's all I really wanted to cover as an introduction. I'll hand over to Andre or Alex.